All right, my fifth grade friends, welcome back to another Tech Ed class. It is Monday. I'm sorry to be missing class with you today, but I hope you have a productive session with Tinkercad. To get you going, I've created this video tutorial, and it's kind of a step-by-step, play-by-play. A lot of it is a review of Friday's work, and it's going to launch you into the challenge for the day. All right? I'm going to ask the substitute teacher to pause this video a number of times throughout the video, so just heads up for that, and here we go. All right, my friends, so first thing we're going to need to do today is to get logged back into these computers. They've all been turned on for you, and all you're going to need to do is approach a computer, press the space bar just once, let the screen turn on, and then it's going to ask you for the password, and that password, just the same as it was on Friday, the password is TechEd. All lowercase, no capital letters, TechEd, okay? And once you're logged in, this is the screen you're going to be looking at, okay? We're going to begin today's work by logging into Google Chrome. Google Chrome is then going to launch us into here. If you have a Tinkercad button right here, that's great. If you don't, go ahead and press, just type a T up here. This should auto-fill up to Tinkercad. We're going to press return. Again, this is all a review, so I'm hoping you guys are going to be on top of this. Okay, now we're going to sign in to Tinkercad. All right, signing into Tinkercad happens over here. Remember, you all have accounts already, and we've signed into these already, so we're going to click sign in. And you are a Google person, so we're going to click sign in with Google. And the next thing it's going to do is it is going to bring you to this screen, okay? Now I'm going to ask the substitute teacher to pause the video here, please. And students, go ahead and get yourself to this screen and continue by entering your email address here and then your password on the next screen. And go ahead and pause. Okay, so welcome back. Hopefully you are beyond this point already. I'm going to go ahead and quickly log in myself, mmuusd.org. Some of you may have trouble with this. You might have entered Gmail, something like that. Remember, it's mmuusd.org. Click Next. It's going to ask you for your password. I'm going to enter my password, and I'm going to hit Next. All right, so you should have all landed right about here. You should be at your dashboard, and you should have one design right here. This is the design from Friday. If you came in to Tinkercad over the weekend, maybe you have several designs. But your name should be over here. If you don't see your name, we're going to have to log out. All right. Logging out is pretty easy in Tinkercad. Have a look up here. This is your Tinkercad logout, and I'm going to explain something new to you guys. This is your Tinkercad logout right here. I can log out right there. But if you're logged into someone else's account, it means that someone else is logged into Google. Now, here's your Tinkercad login. Here's your Google login. All right, so ideally, the same person up here is the same person as down here. If that's not true, we have issues. You need to log out both places and then restart. But I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be just fine. All right, so let's create a new design. Here comes a review, you guys. All right, so remember, work plane is right here. This is my tabletop. Right-click on the mouse is going to pivot this around in 3 dimensions. I can get under my object. I can get behind my object. If I get lost, I'm like, what am I looking at? I can always click the home button right here, click, and it's going to bring me right back. Okay. The scrolling wheel is going to act as a zoom tool, and if I press the button on the scrolling wheel, I can click and drag my project around. Okay. Go ahead and click home. Quick review on Friday's work. I can drag shapes out of the menu and place them here. When they're selected, I have access to their dimensions. I can click these white boxes. I can make them grow in size and height. I can also make them levitate off the ground by using this black arrow right here. Now, this is something that we did not talk on Friday about, so listen up, everybody. Do you see how my object is levitating off the work plane? Okay. That's all well and good, but when it comes time to 3D print things, we need our objects glued to the work plane. Now, if I levitate an object off the work plane and I do not place anything under it, it's just air, that's going to confuse the 3D printer. Here's a really easy way of getting things back down to the work plane. Check this out. Select the object, get your left hand ready, press D on the D board or the keyboard, D for down. All right, and it sticks it right down. Okay. Now let me delete this. I'm going to bring a cylinder out this time. This time I want to enlarge my cylinder, but if I just click and drag, I'm going to turn it into an oval. Okay. I want to actually increase the size of my cylinder, but keep the aspect ratio, the proportions of this shape the same. So my left hand is going to come back into play, this time pressing Shift, press and hold Shift, click and drag, and look at that, the cylinder stays the same. Okay. I'm going to scale this down just a little bit. I'm going to make it a little bit taller, and I'm going to come over here to my menu, and I'm going to turn the shape into a hole. All right, now I'm going to bring my box out. This is stuff we did on Friday. We're making Swiss cheese again. Now what I'm going to do is I want this hole dead center in the middle of my cube, so instead of just dragging this over and hoping for the best, I'm going to use tools. Left click and drag. Select both objects. Come up here to your alignment tool. Align to the center point here. Align to the center point here. Looking good. Select both objects again and group them. Okay, so far so good. This is what we are, this is really our review of Friday, and this is about as far as we got on Friday, all right? Swiss cheese, okay? Now, for your challenge, I've asked you to make a teacup, all right? Your teacup can have any sort of shape or size. It's totally custom, completely your design. But in theory, this thing ought to be able to hold some kind of liquid, all right? It needs to have a handle, and it also needs to be proportionally appropriate. So what that means is that if you decide to use a cylinder for a base, and we're going to place something like a paraboloid on top of it, I can flip it using my flip tool right here. Doing. I want to make sure that you guys are using the alignment tool to place the cup dead center on the saucer. All right, and then I can group these, and then there's the beginning of a cup. Okay, now you might choose to use some different shapes for your cup, and I want you guys to explore as many different shapes as you want to. Okay, I want you to have some fun with this, but the goal is to get a teacup designed. And what I can do is I'll head back to my dashboard, and I'm going to have the substitute pause the video right when this file opens up. Don't pause it yet. And I'm going to go ahead and have the substitute pause it right here. Leave this on the board for the duration of the class. And fifth graders, listen, if you get one teacup designed and you're happy with it, go design another teacup. Make a little tea party for yourself. But again, the important pieces are aligning your cup nicely to the base, getting a handle on it, hollowing out the center. Make sure that the area that's hollowed out in the middle is also aligned to a center point, all right? If we come back and we see that the center portion is hollowed out but offset to one side or another, it means that we maybe missed a step, all right? There will definitely be some puzzling pieces of this challenge, but guys, that's the point, all right? So go ahead and pause the video here and have fun. That's the end of it.